Are we on? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Microphone check. Lights. Cameras. Hit me. This is swanky. This is lifestyle. This is culture. Welcome to the social center of everything culture. Culture Daily.
Oh goodness.
You know, in my time, right? In my time when dancing was there, there was cocaine. Let me just give you, cocaine. No, running. No, that was Running Man.
The Running Man.
Yeah, I don't want to do anything. Let me behave. Let me behave.
He's talking about Nebuchadnezzar's outdoor.
Yes, Nebuchadnezzar's outdoor. Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah. No, he was there.
But
he was the one of the day.
Whilst we're talking about all that, I want to
Ancestor.
I want to take us back to something. So I was watching the story of Moses. There's a new documentary on Netflix. You can watch it if you. I just want to be biblical a bit. This morning, before we talk about going to the human body,
go there.
If you look at these stories that were shared, and since it's Easter, let me just take a few minutes to just preach that were shared. Imagine the sea opening up. I mean, just imagine the sea opening up.
Talk to me.
Imagine a rod or a stick turning into a snake. Hey, like by now today, like the internet, the whole world internet. Just imagine that a guy is standing by the Antarctic Ocean and has opened it, and people are walking through this morning like on CNN, like Al Jazeera today.
Choppers,
everything. Drones.
They will lock him to investigate.
You understand? Like just imagine. Don't you sometimes pity the people that lived that era? And how much they had to their human brain, even though it wasn't as open as us.
They were traumatized.
Yeah, this is imagine a kid, a 4-year-old boy walking with Moses and the sea has opened.
Imagine that one is not even tough.
Right?
Imagine seeing it and going back to the village and telling the story. Nobody believes it. The story about it.
The worst part is that it looks like an aquarium too, because you can see the whales like passing by.
You see, it's not a joke. It's not a joke at all. You see, the as petty as the stick, Moses turning his stick into the snake. Or let's talk about the what do you call it? The different things that happened in warning Pharaoh about let my people go.
The locusts,
the
water turning to blood, the whole river turning to blood.
Let's start with frogs.
The frogs.
Let's start with frogs.
The whole city, Accra.
The whole Accra frog. Hey! Like, let's imagine people are going on X and write stories. Oh, Ulili right. Hey!
In case you missed it.
In case you missed it. Labadi there or 10 frog.
In case you missed it, a rabbiting 10 of events.
Charlie.
And those will be talking about using it for food. Frog like soup.
There's a tree speaking.
But frog is
speaking radio stations that I'm thinking about.
You want to go
the
there?
what?
The tree speaking.
You've eaten
radio
frog
stations.
before, haven't
And now you see another way.
That's just a cloning.
No, what's frog in?
Apotro.
Yeah. I was trying to remember.
Apopolo.
Side note, you know when
Ewe.
the Kaswa thing happened, right?
Yes.
The vanishing of the Tedua.
Yeah.
Bro.
You should go on Twitter and see that.
I heard the tree commentary, the tree report, bro. I didn't know whether I should take it seriously.
I'm sure even the victim will laugh.
I said, you know, I know what's in the way to do. I didn't know
No, I mean, this is serious.
For the vanishing.
This is very serious. It's serious, Then the locusts. And then the
boils. The boils
even
alone.
the death of the firstborns.
Yeah.
But that was
Yes.
the last thing.
Yeah.
That was like the last thing to
but
happen.
I mean,
But you know,
The death
Pharaoh.
of the firstborn.
imagine the whole.
but you know, Pharaoh is hard.
The whole country,
Like-
all your firstborns die.
No, but Pharaoh is hard though. Look at all the things you went through. Just
But what was he supposed to run away? It's not that he's hard. Some of the
first ones he didn't. He didn't
move. Like
maybe that's what it could take for him to soften up.
All that is cool. The sea opening. Like you know the sea, man. You just Labadi Beach, Easter Monday. But the sea open.
No, but see,
then you can walk with away.
Will people stay or will run away?
But Jay, see, on a side note, God be hard.
You walk through?
God be hard.
On a side note, God was very wicked.
No, that's what I'm saying. That was God. You see, like.
In temper no good that time.
Make no vex am. You know.
Then I'm no.
David said,
Jesus domino.
David said it's easy to fall on God. David said it's easy to fall on God, but it's a very dangerous thing for God to fall on you.
Hey, my brother.
Yeah, he said, and before God gets to that point, then Charlie, you really vex
just
am.
a few minutes to talk about Jesus.
That's what people are saying. That's what people are saying that the people who say there's no God, it's because the consequences are not equal. Those days. Half of what the world is now. No.
It's not the same.
Wait. You let's go back to the burning bush.
If what the world is now was what it was back then.
Why I said
burning bush call fire service.
Your man opened the sea. When you guys pass, then Pharaoh say, Mr. Why made this boat go? Where he send SWAT. He send God watch the thing and say, this guy pa. How they no, carry them all go.
I'm serious though. Be very, very, very serious.
But you God send you say go do something, give them. You say no, go, you go run. They say no problem. When you
will swallow you.
He say, hey, come. Hey, come.
Hello, Jesus. You see what they do for the Egypt there? The frogs make ready.
It be one person where they pity all this Judas. There's one person that pitying all of this of Christianity. Judas.
This contract.
The
father's son.
No fear.
Charlie,
you go choke you betray the father and son. Judas. Now, Judas,
and by
why?
extension, the father, you know.
Yeah.
Judas, why?
Judas be hard.
But that mean purpose, bro. God knew.
No. You see, we soften it by saying that. When you go there, are you telling me funny face purpose was to drink and?
If you believe in an all-knowing, omnipotent, all-plan God, that is the Bible.
Imagine if it's Putin's son or daughter that you did that to.
And then we all die. There's always I believe in consequence. Yeah. I'm not surprised by people's action. Consequence. Consequence,
that's
bro.
why God is best
cause and effect.
You see,
cause and effect.
Also, it will surprise you that Putin's children are walking around without security. Just because Putin's children is security enough.
Yeah.
Putin bani makola.
Go try him. Yeah.
That be enough.
So you see how Judas no fear.
Yeah.
Hey, Judas.
Because Jesus was not working in visible security. Every day, in prostitute washing leg, carpenter, Judas wants the thing, see the thing for.
Hey, Judas.
Son of God, and on the name Hassan, mom's can.
Hey, Judas.
If Judas really believed that there will be consequence, he wouldn't have done it.
Yeah. And you see, the name the name Judas.
He spelled the name.
No, but if you call somebody Judas, try to fear you.
No, but I don't think that is the name. I feel like it's the personality that impacted the name.
Why would you call your daughter Delilah?
Potiphar.
No, it's the personality.
Like you hear all these stories about Judas, Delilah, Nebuchadnezzar. Then you come, hey Nebu,
Yeah.
You go.
There
school.
are actually people called Nebuchadnezzar.
3 minutes more.
You go school, then your son or daughter come house.
Jezebel.
Jezebel.
So then this one. Let's go to Noah
Charlie.
for a few seconds.
But why do we give Eve first? Because Eve consequently.
Daughter of Eve.
Yeah.
No, but now Eve has become like the short form for evil.
After Eve, after Eve rap. After the artist rap, no, it's cool. It's very let's go to Noah for the last 2 minutes. It's almost 10:30. I mean 9:30. Let's go to how did they pack all those things into the ark? Hey, now if you are Lenny, if you are here crying, you see you turn your back small and you see
cockroach. Bro,
I got home. Hold on, I got home. Turn my light on, everything. The lights on. No, I see some small gecko small. Chaos for the house inside.
This small gecko really traumatized.
I'm telling you, it's either me or him. Somebody needs to leave the house. Not be me. It be my house. It be me go. Charlie, I break this long break my shoe, everything. We lost till today. We know they find them.
You know why they call war geckos Ephira?
They're the landlords.
Yeah. They know every corner in the house.
So you, if you tell your box when I say let me cockroach, you do hey.
I'll kill it.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you if I tell
the reaction.
Let me on your shirt.
No, I'll freak out about killing it.
They were in one act.
So you just be in one act with crocodile. Hey,
make a boss your mind.
All the other animals.
You know when
wait. What about this one? Mosquito was there.
Yes.
Mosquito.
Two.
Every animal.
Can you imagine the warning?
This no do so.
The warning way the lion give the antelope. As the two of them bought the things, you say ABC. As the lion climb, you see the zebra and that's the mostly.
That's what should beat your mind about the power.
No, Jam, you
He tame everybody.
Yeah.
No, I say in check. Man, worry.
Because I was going to ask, what's the reason? I was going to ask how the predators and the prey were all in one.
In the
place.
film, if you watch the film with this guy, the Noah film, they reinterpreted it that God directed him. So Methuselah was his grandfather or something, right? So Methuselah gave him some berries and some herbs, which he burnt as incense within the ark. So as the animals went, they went into a deep slumber. So that's how they
hibernation.
And that was a beautiful story. Can you imagine? They can't wake up and say, I dream some dream, eh? No, then we then the antelope all day here like.
Hey,
Leo, they be now I say, I was on the antelope, you can change sheep, move baby. It's crazy, but I mean, Charlie, logic cannot explain fate.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they all arrive, it goes back to default settings. We are hunting each other now.
If Jesus tell water to wine these days, the FDA go show up fast. It's not been satisfied.
That's funny.
Anyways, well, today being Tuesday, still in the Easter mode or Easter week. As Christians around the world celebrating it, we're just touching base on a few of these stories as well. But before we get into today's conversation, which is going to be very interesting, you're about to have the world at your fingertips. Now, you see, all these statements are now coined out of some of these things. The world at your fingertips. When Jesus and God them start put the world on our fingertips, then all these brands are not there, But anyway, the wait is finally over. So Telecel is here. Now you have everything you want and need. Quick and reliable communication, stress-free money transactions via the Telecel Cash, or T-Cash for short. Now transforming your big business ideas into success stories with Telecel Business and more. So connect with Telecel and enjoy a world of endless possibilities, because with Telecel there is no limit to connections. Telecel, connecting energies. This morning, me, I say blood type, doc say genotype. Blood type, genotype. Doc, why shouldn't you call it blood types? It's type of blood.
This argument, this confusion is endless. People go back and forth with it. So simply put, right, two separate things.
Blood type.
Yeah, blood type and they are two separate things altogether.
Which one is connected to the marriage,
Genotype.
That's what
we'll talk about all of it. All of it mix.
Okay, that's what we're talking
about. We are talking about it. But before we do that, you see, without confusion, we need to start from the blood groups.
Okay.
So when we talk about blood type, we talk about blood groups, right? Okay. Which they have surface antigens and antibodies. White blood, we all learn white blood or red blood cells and all that, right?
Yeah.
Now, blood groups are identified by the antibodies, whether they have it or they don't have it, right? So then we have the A antibody, B antibody, O antibody, right? So that's where your blood groups come in. So if you ask somebody how many blood groups are there, the person will say 4. Then when you go to genotypes, how many are there?
Maybe.
So you have the SS, AS, AC.
I had this AC.
AC is rare, but it's there. SC is there, right? Now, even in blood groups, you can subdivide blood groups into 8 again, from 4 to 8. That's when I talk about resource factor. So you have someone whose blood group is AB positive, AB negative. Those are the resource. The positive, you see, there are proteins that are found in the blood. They are the resource. That's a resource. So the only time this resource comes into question is when you are married and having a child. I'll give you a simple example, then we move on from it quickly. Mother is A positive. No, A negative, right? Father is A positive. They have a child. the child takes the blood of the father, so the child becomes A positive. But the mother's blood is A negative, which is resource negative, then resource positive. The mom needs to transfuse blood going one way or the other to the child, right?
Yes.
Every time you introduce a germ into the body, what happens? Your body's red blood cells, they go on attack.
Yeah.
They produce antibodies, white blood cells go and fight the infection or that. So now you have a child who is, the body is seeing it as something harmful, a parasite in the system. So it's going to send antibodies to fight against the child and kill the child. Miscommunication.
Wow.
So it doesn't usually happen with the first child because the antibodies will be building up. So the first child might go through to term and then you deliver all right. The child is fine. The subsequent ones, if they all come with the same positive, that you have miscarriages and some that go to the child will be born. So you have bilirubin build up in the blood of the child.
Hey,
so it causes brain development of that.
So you're saying that sometimes when miscarriages happen, it's because there's a confusion with the blood.
Very good.
Communication.
Yes. So
From
there's
the
something
mother to
from the mother to the
child.
child. But God being so good, there's research, and then we can give you the treatment, which will help suppress the antibody and let the child survive.
So when the child survives, does it affect
their mental health?
Yes, or their growth?
No.
In any way?
No way, because it suppresses this one, so it allows the child to grow naturally to its full term. So but if you don't, the child will come out with mental retardation, learning disabilities, loss of vision, loss of hearing, all due to just resource. We're talking about just resource here. You being negative, me being positive. That's it. Wow. Now, when you talk about blood groups, we move on.
The youth of today for DGO.
Then you talk about blood groups going back to donation, blood donation and transfusion, right?
Okay.
So we have universal recipient, universal donor. So, Lenny, what's your blood group?
O positive.
So she's O positive. So you are universal what? Universal donor.
See.
So her blood is a very pricey blood.
We are the ones that are like this.
Yeah.
So wait, I don't remember mine. I think I'm A or O. But if I'm
A
A
minus.
It's A negative. Yeah, resource. That's what we talk about resource. So you can be A positive.
So
A
O minus is what?
That one be
resource negative.
So if I'm A plus or something like that, and I meet Lenny, and when I say meet in this case, for want of a better expression,
and Adam knew his wife. Yes. So you knew Lenny. When you know Lenny,
it'd be cool.
You are what?
A plus or something.
A positive.
A positive.
Lenny, you are O
positive.
Positive. That's fine.
Oh, Lenny.
If you have a child,
see me.
There will be no complications.
See me.
Simi is a Nigerian musician.
Oh, wow. Oh, bass.
You clap well.
Bass.
I Simi is a Nigerian musician.
Too much.
You should explain it. You just walk up. You just get out. So then you have she being, her blood is really important because she's a universal donor. She can donate to anybody, and everybody else can take it, right? But it's not everybody else who can take it too.
Okay.
For example, So Lenny gives to everybody, but she's not actually. Nobody else can give her.
You mean blood?
Oh, okay.
With blood donation, so you can actually give. You can give A, B, everybody else. Yeah. But when it comes to you needing blood, it has to be O.
O positive.
That's where the challenge comes.
That's the challenge comes in. So she has to find somebody of her kin, right? Then you have me, AB. I'm universal recipient.
Oh, so you can take anywhere. Blood as well.
You can take and distribute.
No. Receive.
Yeah, I can only take. But I can only give to AB.
Wow.
Yeah.
But what's the point in us having? I mean, I know that might sound biblical, but what's the point in us having all these various blood?
It forms the genetic makeup of human beings. That if all of us had the same blood group, it would be a problem. If you two bloods, it means O positive, then you keep on going O positive. The vulnerability will be too high. Because certain conditions are related to some of the blood groups that you have.
But does it also make drug research a challenge? So when they are...
Yes, a bit challenging because now you have to factor in that. When you're doing your research, you have to factor in whether certain people of certain blood groups are more... The drug affects them, they break down the drug better than others. You have to take into that consideration. First, we start from male and female. Then you break it down, you come down to the blood groups.
Okay. And now you mentioned male and female. Are certain blood groups more predominant in male than female, or it's universal, cuts across?
It cuts across, but per my research, I realized that most people are negative, resource negative. So it can be A negative, B negative. Most
there are more negatives.
Yeah, there are more negatives than the positives.
What informs that? What's the reason?
We can't tell. Marriage, the more you marry, the more it changes.
Wait, so in the marriage and interchanging, that means that you can create more negatives.
It's possible.
Is that what
so it's a calculation.
Okay.
So that's one that comes. I'll go to sickle cell, then I'll deal with that.
Okay.
Why it's so. Then when you move on to now, let's go to genotype. As we're talking about, that's genetic. It has nothing to do with proteins, and it has to do with genetics. So when you talk about genotype, it's in every single cell of your body, not just in your blood. You understand? It's in everywhere. Your liver, your kidney, everywhere. Every cell that's in your body is made up is genotype. So with your genotype, you come out with your mom has brown hair. They give birth, one of the children in the family has brown hair. It passes on. Not everybody. So you have somebody who's very slim, but he gives birth and 3 of the children are bigger. Then you're wondering why. But maybe there's a past family member who has yes.
We found it on the internet.
Oh yeah. You see.
So if you can help further explain with the recipient.
My senior colleague is here. He will explain.
Dr. Osteo.
So this is the compatibility chart for blood. The blood types.
Hey,
so
doc.
The recipient and then the giver. So if you have O positive can receive O positive. O negative can receive O positive. It can't receive anything else. The same, so it follows. O negative can only receive from A positive can receive from O positive, O negative, A
so
positive.
Hold on, whilst you explain further. So what happens when, I know you touched on it lightly earlier on, but so what happens if
organ failure? It's like pouring diesel in your Brabus. If you go and buy a nice range, your G-Wagon Brabus, then you go and say, I'm kerosene. The same thing will happen. It will start
you go far.
You go far.
Right.
You start all right. But so that's it.
But this now all seems, let's come up to us, please, production team. So this now seems all technical, but we'll come to the genotypes you're talking about. But then in coming to relationships, because now we raise this topic because of the sudden increments in relationships in Ghana, youthful relationships. Over the weekend, an incident happened with a friend of mine, a colleague of mine, who's they are working towards their marriage, and she's taking seed. They're getting married though, and she's taking seed. And
why
one
of the Old Testament English taking seed? Can you?
No, I'm just trying to quote it.
Polish it
nicely. So we're having a conversation, and this came up. 2 of us were gossiping about them, and this came up, and we're talking, and then one person was asking if they have checked that. And then it piqued my interest on, do we, like, when it comes to relationships in this day and age, a lot of people are dating left and right and here and that, but this conversation isn't as important in the narrative as it's supposed to be. Do people really consider and think about these details before they get into a relationship? And should we reach the point where you should ask the guy, bros, please, what's your blood type? As you want to date me, that you are texting me plenty and say, I love you. What's your blood type? Should that be of great importance, or day-to-day,
conversation
and drugs and all can just let it?
I think we have something that answers your video.
Okay, all right. She wants to surprise us before you answer, Doc. So, doctor.
Yeah, the assistant doctor, please.
All right.
My senior colleague.
Let's watch this video from and see exactly what it talks about.
Relationship don't end because of genotype. Question where you supposed to ask on the first date. You dey busy, they order Smirnoff Ice. Come here. Did you ask him of his genotype? You did not ask him. But you order Smirnoff Ice. You asked for straw. You did not ask for. Why are you running? Come here. Where are you going? I'm not going. No.
8 years relationship.
You didn't ask for genotype. Ask for straw. So
priority. So exactly what you're asking.
First date questions.
But these things are not.
There are 4.
What if you are serious?
There are 4 first date questions. Medically speaking, there are only 4.
What are they?
That can destroy any relationship, no matter 10 years, 20 years from now. You're going to get married. The first one is what she just said. Your genotype.
So now break it down for us before you go into the other 3. Break it down.
So when you talk about genotype, you're talking about whether you are AS, SS, AC. So the ultimate one,
VW,
or whatever letter it is. the first one, for example, that everybody wishes they will be, but it's not as it's AA. It's like the supreme.
A.
They are compatible with anybody on the spectrum.
Yeah.
Right? But just that the fact that they are compatible don't mean that, and they are very rare. People with AA, there are few.
I think I'm AA.
You think?
No. I'm the A something. AA. No, it's AA.
Then the next one you go that is closest to the AA is, let's say somebody who is a carrier. A carrier means somebody is in your blood, it's not reactive to you yourself. So you can be a carrier of a certain condition, but it doesn't affect you, the person. But you can give it to somebody else. Now, the thing is that, as I say, you can give somebody else. You can pass it on to somebody who also becomes a carrier, or a person actually gets a reaction from it and gets a condition out of it. So we go to AS. They are carriers.
Carriers of
the sickle cell genome.
Oh, okay.
Then when you talk about sickle cell, the red blood cell is what? It's circular, it's ovalish, it's flat, right? Now, when something is sickle, it comes like a C form, like a sickle shape. When it's in that form, the reason why it's so dangerous is because then the binding of hemoglobin and other things to it becomes dangerous, and the moving about it in the blood vessels becomes trapped. Because sometimes something is flat, it easily rides the waves. When something is sickle cell, it can just lock onto the sides and choke. Then you have a sickle cell crisis because it blocks the blood vessels, then it's the flow, and then oxygen to your heart, and then your person is in crisis. My body is aching, my joints are hurting, or it breaks down your red blood cells so quicker than you can replace. You know, the body breaks down red blood cells and cells, then replaces with new ones in a system that God has made, right? If the rate at which you are destroying is not equal to the rate at which you are producing, it's going to cause a crisis. It's going to cause a problem.
Wow.
So you get to anemia. So anemia is because you lack red blood cells.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I use this layman terms to explain some of these terms that we say a lot, right? They say, "Make sure when you say white, when you say my white, you are pale, anemia." It means the rate of your red blood cell level, your HB, so lab will say your HB level is what? Low. Right? Hemoglobin. All right. Now let's move on to the SS.
So that means, before you move on, that means the cell is circling the red blood cells. Talking red blood, I was trying to come with her.
Yes.
I was trying to come with her. So nothing is flowing.
Nothing is going
it's
away.
A bouncer.
Yeah, only sorry, I think the microphone couldn't hear you.
Sorry, I'm saying that basically what he's saying, layman terms, is the cell, the AS cell, right? Or
the SS.
The SS cell is holding the neck of the red blood cells on one side and on the other side. So just a few cells are passing through, which is not enough to give the body or the system
what it needs. Yeah, healthy blood, yes.
I see.
So now they move to SS.
So that is why you need to drink a lot of Percocet.
But does that help? I don't think
anything helps. Anything helps right now. The body, the human body right now, anything that is healthy is helping.
So you have to drink the Percocet.
But not, you have to be considerate in the amount you are giving yourself, because too much of everything, as we know, is bad.
And the blood tonic, no?
The blood tonic, we'll get there. So so then we come back to that. We've said AA, AS, SS, right?
Yeah.
That's the sickle, somebody who actually has sickle cell, right? The cells are not in the natural state. They are not flat. They are not ovoidish, right? Then you go to SC, the rare ones, right? Now let's do a compatibility test. It's simple. If anybody's watching and listening to us, let's do a simple mathematics, right?
Okay.
A man who's AA marries a woman who's AA. They are going to have 4 children. They are going to have what? AA, 4 children, right?
Yeah.
All having AA. So we have no problem. Then we come down. The same AA marries someone who's AS.
You have AA, AS, AA.
You have AA.
You have a chart for that, so you can.
You have AA, AS, AA.
You have us.
3 AAs, 1 AS.
Yes, so that's 25% what?
AS.
The chance that somebody who has AS in their family, right?
Yeah.
Then you move to AS. Risky. This is cha-cha at best. This is gambling.
Yeah.
So we are going to get
AA
as the first one.
SS.
AS.
Is there? Okay. Now we have what are we doing? AS, right? So we have the first child being what? AA.
Yeah.
AS. AS. So we have AS carriers, right?
Yeah.
You have a child, 2 of them are carriers of the sickle genome.
Sorry, so doctor, to help the viewers follow your conversation. So the first line, let's start with the first line.
The first line is excellent. You see,
yes.
the R, we say R, right?
Yeah.
Then we have AA and AS.
Yeah.
So they give birth to the first child, the child has AA. Second child comes to AS, carrier. No problem there. AA again, then you have AS. So 50-50 chance of you having a child who is a carrier and a child who is healthy. Right? Not that those who are carriers are not healthy, they're also healthy.
Yeah.
Then we have AA and SS, which is a sickle cell.
All your children will be carriers.
So all your children will be carriers. So they will have no effect. They will have no sickle cell nature on them, nothing. They're just carriers.
But they are handicapping who they can marry.
Yeah.
You are handicapping them in the next line, the next generation.
Charlie, so if they love them, but at this point where we are at number 3, line 3, color green. If you dey go ask the girl question, you see the girl for town. You went to Easter Invasion, and you saw the girl. See her genotype
before smell
of ice. Let's continue, dog. There's a lot to talk about. Yeah, let's put the picture back on the screen.
But
please.
also, not everybody knows this.
Yes.
So even if you're asking that as first day question, the person doesn't know, that means you have to go and get it done.
Recommend that the person gets it done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we go to AA and AC, right?
Air
It's also
condition.
good. You have 3 of the children being okay. Then AC, which is a carrier too. Then we go to AS. The first child comes, it's okay. 2 of them come after. They are carriers. The child gets. You have a sickle cell child in there. So 25% chance of 4 of your children, 1 of your children out of the 4, 1/4 of your children being sickle cell.
Sickle cell.
Not the fourth.
Let's get
Not the
first.
4th.
Yeah.
Let's get this straight.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's the 4th child. It could be the 2nd, the 3rd. So this place is grace.
To any other.
It's not any order.
That's why they said bad advice needed.
Yeah.
So further tests will reveal how critical the probability is.
So let's
Again,
keep
isn't
going
there
down. Let's
the
keep going
possibility of none of your children being SS, even though maybe you and your husband are AS?
Let's say you start, right? By God's grace, the first child is not. The test is not. Second child is not. Please stop.
You are worsening your odds.
The odds have reduced to the next group, it's becoming 50-50.
50. Yeah.
Right.
This is for the AS, right?
Yeah.
So,
that's
so
the
we are
AS.
now at very bad. So for the viewers that are
SS.
watching, yes.
So we have AS and SS. The first child is a carrier, which is good. 75%. Now you have a 75% chance of all your children being sickle cell positive.
High risk.
So
Wait.
it means
I have a question. So we are looking at 4 offsprings, right, of the couple. So what if it goes beyond the 4?
it repeats.
Okay.
It's a cycle.
So the odds,
Right.
if you do odds for 10,
6 minudu.
the odds is the same. So if 25%, we are saying 25%, and 25% of 10,
Right.
25% of 20,
Okay.
right?
Right.
All right, let's put the chat back on the screen now. Now chat with are so.
Where we are going, the further down we are going, the worse is getting.
Yeah, ASO. We're going to ASO. ASO.
So we have
So at bad advice needed. That's this one.
yes. So the SS and SS, it's not allowed.
It's not allowed.
It's just clinically not allowed. If you take it anywhere, no doctor will recommend this. 2 people being sickle cell.
8-year relationship. Don't point.
AS and
But aren't
AC.
there people who push through regardless?
We are going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then they use the religion thing to back
Yeah.
in that. I'll pray about it and all that. And those people are suffering
You are worrying
now.
the children.
No, apart from worrying the children, you are worrying yourself financially. Taking care of a sickle cell child is not a joke. You spent, if a week is 7 days, you spend 5 of it in the hospital.
God damn it.
If you have a lot of money, then you can do some of these treatments of bone marrow transplant, which is another things to help the child.
Everything will be a problem.
Everything is a problem.
Hey, then the next one there, I don't want to even talk about it too. SS plus SS. It's like the one when you see somebody are doing bruh.
No wonder they get upset when you do that.
Yeah.
But that's crazy.
That's crazy. That's very very bad.
And people are doing that.
People do it all the time.
It's rare, but
Lack
you see,
of-
what happens is that they might not know what she said. They don't know. Then they went to this Easter thing. She gets pregnant. That's when we find out.
Yeah.
Then it becomes a problem.
So would you advise as a doctor that should 2 SSs have an offspring? Oh,
No, please. No,
let me finish.
please. No. don't encourage them. No.
Right.
We don't want to encourage them. And even people with SS and ASAS, we
there's a
advise them.
possibility, yeah. So what would if they've already taken seed, like Jay, said,
So we
would you
wait.
advise an abortion?
What a question.
No, I'm asking for the SSSs because for that one, the possibility
options. We give
is
you all the
straight
options.
SS.
No, first we tell you what you're about to face, and if you have somebody who's already really going through that, we let you speak to that person. We give you all the information you need, all the structures in place for you to know that there's it. And there's the hematology in the hospital department will tell you. They will go there and they'll tell you that these are people who are dealing with this. They've come for treatment and other things. This is how it looks like. This is how your life is going to be.
Are you ready for it?
And the strain is not only on you, it's on your marriages too.
And on your finances.
And look at the economic weather we are in.
So I want to share 2,000 small CDs. No, see the fire day Facebook and Twitter and things. How much more?
5,000 kids.
5,000. Oh, you didn't listen to.
Between if you.
She didn't share money.
Sewa.
The tweets. Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, Twitter.
I thought you said Sefa went to share. That's why.
No.
Wow.
So that one is 1 week money.
Yeah.
That's why they talk
If you deal with this, 5,000.
Oh, you know the medications already.
Maybe for
he
forms.
tell you forms. Forms and consultation.
It don't be funny, but Charlie.
So big ups to those who have kids or adults who are carrying this condition. You are doing well. Our prayers go with you because each day is grace.
Yeah.
And those who have lost loved ones to this condition, our prayers also are with you. It's difficult,
Can imagine.
but you are comforted.
Yeah.
So as an SS, your hope
Is to marry somebody
is
with
to
AA.
marry who's AA.
Yes.
But
the
SS
best.
cannot marry someone who's AC.
AC. AS.
Will somebody who finds out that somebody's SS want to get into marriage? That's another question to ask.
If they don't know and they fall in love, you see.
So that means you see,
Because then you see the guarantees that all your kids are okay. Just that while they are growing up, you should advise them that if they are going to get married, there's the best option. They should go with the AA. So your family generation, it can wipe out the whole generation.
Also, I'm sure there are people who are maybe even 50 years who don't know their genotype.
The genotype,
Because there's been no need. I think apart from us fighting that DNA should be mandatory after birth, the part of the conditioning also needs to go to getting your genotype before you get into a relationship.
But I think now that some
churches
have
are
made
recommending
it
that.
easier when
There's
you
a
have
form.
your form.
Also, you know that by
When
the
you
time
have
you
your
are ready
form,
to
you
take
do
learning
that.
your girlfriend to church, things have happened already at home, plenty. It's
Yeah,
not the day
things
you
have
meet-
happened. But I'm only saying that at least the churches are nipping
trying.
it when it gets to that point where when you
Yeah,
feel
but
your
you see,
form.
what is becoming
What I'm
difficult for
trying to
them?
say is that at the point that you've seen Yao Mensa and you think you are interested, no, put it in mind that it's not just an amorous relationship. It's biological, it's psychological. The thing you are
Because
doing,
anything
you
can
know,
happen.
that I miss you, WID, then, you are dealing with.
WID.
We'll go back to that.
What are you doing?
WID.
What is-
WID.
How you do your go come inside?
What I
But
do.
you get what I'm saying? Like people, it needs to be out there so that independently,
This
people
is very
can
serious.
No, we can laugh
so-
about it, but it's a serious thing.
It's so serious.
And
That's
you can
why-
order Smirnoff Ice. Please, you
that's
can
why I'm
ask
the
putting,
question.
questions.
I'm
Doc,
tweeting
has
that now.
AC always been there? Because from what I remember, guys, I mean, back
For a long
when
time, it was just 4.
yes,
It was
for
just
the
four.
longest
For a long
time,
time,
it was just AA, AS, SS.
SS, yeah.
you
These
know.
3 were the ones.
Maybe AC
Yeah.
is rare.
So when
It's rare.
they-
It's a
when-
rare. It's a rare one.
Right,
It's a rare
okay,
one.
okay.
Are there any advantages to it?
No.
Air condition.
Because
who
AS and AC, they are basically
The
same line.
Right.
Why will Lily frown like that?
No,
Because
because
you
I
see-
think, I think apart from the sex education we have in our schools, I think we may have to.
Next step.
Yeah, we may have to.
Sex
really
education has
hammer-
only 2 focuses in Ghana, unfortunately.
Avoid it.
No, pregnancy and sickness and disease.
Yeah.
STDs and pregnancy. That's all.
Yeah,
When you talk
I
about
think-
sex
I think we
education,
have
is either
to
you will get
deepen-
pregnant or you get a disease. The repercussions of even protecting yourself and having a successful relationship, and you can do all the perfect things, dates, go to church, all this blah blah blah. If this is wrong,
It's wrong.
there's no
Yeah,
prayer
I think-
that will change
I think
this.
it's something that has been overlooked in the sex education curriculum.
Because we don't go beyond pregnancy and sex education.
Exactly.
So you don't go beyond conception.
Yeah.
Pregnancy is the last line.
Yeah.
So
No,
then
I said-
anything else beyond that,
What's triggered this conversation? Like joke chat. They are preparing to get married, and the lady is pregnant, and the whole excitement is there. Until like I was saying, where some few of us were gossiping at the back end, and then this question came up, and then it sparked a whole lot of. So who is going to tell
TED
them
talk.
to
To go and do it.
To go and do it. Who will be bold enough to say it, and then it raises the concerns on looking at the Gen Z generation that we find ourselves in, and how relationships are just popping up left and right. I mean, it was there, but at first, that because we were not in the world of digitalization, it was very difficult.
the letter writing zone.
The letter writing zone, at least some back and forth media, before you
Letter will come and then there's feature
but right
like
now,
how-
Facebook, in fact, let me put Snapchat has made it so quick and easy because one,
out,
it doesn't store your chats. It can clear off in seconds. So there's a quick microwave relationship system going on, which translates into quick intimacy, which translates into quick relationship.
Goes, right? Microwave relationship.
Yes. And then now the consequences come. And even
Wi-Fi.
Even away from relationships, then it comes into the fact that when we get intimate and then these things pop up now, what are the risk factors? And that's what we are discussing this morning. So it is very important for us all to know. Like the first question that should precede the
what's your name?
Yes, what's your name? When I meet you in town and I like you, before I even tell you that, wow, excuse me, please, what's your genotype? You tell me, Charlie, you cool. Go be, so you Charlie, now find my way. And then we devoid of emotions and everything, because then we put a generation at risk if we keep
getting weaker.
Imagine this, right?
Imagine your whole posterity, not just generation, like your lineage.
Your lineage,
yes.
And even it comes down to even this country itself. Let's say we have a lot of people being sickle cell, right? Already our medical systems are not even strong enough to handle things like dialysis. You want to add this? And malaria? And our seasonal ones like cholera?
A colleague shares a message that says, first relationship, we were both AS and we agreed to go our own ways. That's actually good.
That's safe.
Second one, she was SS but showed no sign and never had crisis. But we pushed further and did some tests, which now I know my level of A's and S's, and I'm a happy guy now. Yes.
That's a big cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he said he ended 2 serious relationships because of these medical differences.
Wait, but he pushed you with the SS one?
No, he said they pushed further and
they probed further, like tests and
more tests.
Yeah, did some tests.
Okay.
He said
because you have people who won't show any signs.
He said
if they're living a healthy life,
in the person,
you'll be okay.
you will go to the extreme and ask about the blood group, genotype, and genotype, and if you are very cool, you both can go to the hospital and do other serious checks.
You see how
a question from in-house from one of our staff in here is asking that please, I know someone who is AS and the wife is SS, but none of their 4 children is SS, but they are all AS.
It's a miracle.
Yeah, that's what you actually asked. It's
a miracle.
Straight.
Oh, so if they continue, it will come.
If they go beyond the 4.
That's what I'm saying. Like, remember I said something like, if you start and then
you end at 2.
It's good. You go. It's good. We doctors will be happy.
Yeah.
We clap and we keep going. Yeah. But you should also know that the more you are going towards the deep end.
So in this case, the kids,
the lower the possibility.
So right now, this case that is mentioned, right?
Yeah.
It means they need
the lower
education.
the possibility of having another AS.
Yeah,
that's what
education.
I mean. And the higher the possibility of having SS.
It can happen to their kids.
Yes, their kids.
You see,
that's the thing with genetics. It's not blood group or genetics.
When our ancestors used to choose people to marry for you and say, don't marry here, don't marry here, don't marry here.
This was not part.
No, this was part. Because they know that all in this family, they are really sick. They are hardworking, they are strong. Ole's grandmother still works at 90. They might not have used the machinery to know that SSAC, blah, blah, blah. But they use the attributes to know that this family, me di 40 omo nyare da.
Terry says they need to do a DNA test. Somebody's cheating.
Yeah. As compared to a family where the piano be the on time go school, or seen the T, or seen the CC, or seen the rat. So they use those things to do it. But now I'm independent. Let me do a Snapchat. Then go hit. Everything has a role to play in society.
Like play,
like this is
play.
So serious.
See, if you just have to. If anybody works in a health facility or you have a chance to go to a health facility, go through their hematology department, those who deal with blood disease and conditions, right? Or family health, and then speak to a doctor there and say you want to meet somebody who is sickle cell, you want to interview the person, have a talk with the person, have a conversation with them, and explain when they tell you what they go through. Even in medicine, we say something that when you treat the patient, you don't treat only the patient, treat the family too. Sickle cell is one of those conditions. You don't treat just because you have to speak to the family and take out their mental. Are you ready for this?
Wow.
This is what's coming.
Have you had experiences where people have been stubborn and having
Oh,
Charlie.
Oh my days.
Wow.
Religion, love, man. Doctor, you've not been in love before. Have you been in love before? You don't know.
Medicals.
Look, to be fair, not to hold brief for them, but I think they are thinking about the investment. They are thinking about money.
Wait,
I'm telling you, the investment wasted, and the future investment is worse.
And I'm saying that after.
You think you are broke now?
I'm not holding.
You think you are broke now? Your Benz, your Benz will become a bicycle.
I am looking at their point of view, how they are seeing it.
Oh yeah, the emotional investment.
I think that some people are even thinking more about what people will say than
you've been together
in a relationship for 10 years and then you've broken up just because of genotype.
What's the shame about that though? Telling somebody that
education. You see, the person you are feeling shame for that is not educated.
It's because of
so doesn't know what we are talking about. They don't understand why you are doing this.
Because if you understand the repercussions of being together,
bust your mind. And I know this is probably breaking the guy code, but in this genotype conversation, people have used that to check out of relationships, even though they didn't know their genotypes.
It's true.
Like
it's not even a guy code. Some girls even do it.
About me, catch you say, you know what, honey, I'm so sorry. I just checked my genotype. We're not compatible.
What? That's it.
And they check out from out of the relationship. So if maybe the thing is about public ridicule or shame, you could just use that as an excuse to say, hey, we were together for 8 years, 10 years, but we checked our genotype, and at the risk of bringing children into this world that we will all suffer, we decided to go separate. Like Abeko was saying, he was in 2 serious relationships, and I respect him for that. The only thing that broke the camel's back for him was a genotype conversation. Not because the girl cheated, not because the girl wasn't compatible, was not fit enough to be a wife or whatever, but the fact that they thought that if we bring a child into this world, we'll be paying more than me buying you of dresses.
Technically, she wasn't fit enough.
Technically, she wasn't fit. Yeah. In what sense?
If you are one of them, you are not fit. Even carrying the child is a problem.
Yeah, but I'm just saying
just to correct
beyond that,
the perception is that we assume that somebody is only fit because of maybe the way or casa or they carry themselves. You might be fit, strong,
physically,
successful, rich, everything, blah blah blah. But your genotype will render you unfit.
I mean, fit for marriage, not fit as in.
If childbearing and procreation is part of the marriage, then it's not fit. we need to have the conversation holistically. Do you understand what I'm saying?
The bottom part.
Excuse me to say, a man who can't father seed, right?
You're not fit.
You're not fit. No matter how much money, business, whatever you are, you're not fit for marriage. Unless the woman doesn't want children with you, then that's a different kind of thing.
I have one question to ask.
Let's wrap it up.
Doc,
we've gone past that
time.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
AAO positive. AAO positive.
It's fine.
That's a cause.
That's a cause.
That's personal question.
It's not personal. No, it's also because we've asked.
Now we have to check blood types to find the guy.
No.
This is blood type versus genotype, right?
Yeah.
You said AA versus
O positive.
Universal donor, and then somebody who is.
That's different.
Ladies and gentlemen, by November.
Who's that?
By November. November 7th, probably the last Saturday for November inside. I think
it was just this weekend.
No, do you know why I'm asking? Wait, because there was a tweet some time ago. I'm going to explain. There was a tweet some time ago where someone said that
9 months from now,
there's nobody as pompous or as proud or as arrogant as somebody who is AA and O positive. That's why I'm asking.
November 23rd.
Because the person has a genotype of an AA.
Yes, and then they have O positive as well.
That's a royal blood.
There was a tweet like some time ago like that said there's no one as proud
is also royal blood because
and as arrogant as someone with AA and O positive.
30th of November.
That's the only reason
30th November. Lenny Nomote. We have taken the dates. We've said the date for you.
There was something that you were saying.
Hey, Harry, please.
Just for social media, you said 4 first date questions you need to ask.
Yes. Medical point of view. Okay, so I'll do it quickly. The first one we did it genotypes. Okay. The second one you can do is also STDs.
Okay.
If the person is clean, HIV, whatever, syphilis, whatever. The third one is to ask somebody, is the person fertility? Fertility.
How fertile are you? This matter.
Fertility.
Charlie, they show the blacks.
Fertility. And the fourth one, fourth and the last that we always talk about that we've been advocating for years now since COVID is mental.
Wow.
How do you do it? That one
I can show you.
That one like I know Mario like
that's why you're laughing.
Mental. I take a girl out and I ask
No.
Sister, are you alright? So sister, are you alright?
No. What is that? There are parameters to mental. We'll talk about it some other time. But parameters to mental is like anger, prone to anger, prone to violence. Those are things. How the person reacts to certain situations, manic depression, insomnia. All these other things are part of it. If you have a partner who wakes up at night and you wake up and he's holding a knife, how will you feel?
No, but that as well you can do by observation.
Yes, sleepwalk. That's what I'm saying, that this is all mental things to observe.
So, Doc, we'll extend this conversation next week.
Yeah.
But in wrapping up, I want to
if I was
say
a donkey, will you still love
me? Somebody once said that he was also going to get married, and then an advice came in that please, it is a month or 2 or so to your wedding. You're sure it's happening. You've set everything, dates, everything, plans, everything set, canopy.
Invites have been sent.
Go and get her pregnant. Go and get her pregnant. That was the conversation that we were having in the boys. Go and get her pregnant and see if the two of you, everything were before you cross over. Because so that became another argument that
what if she can't give birth?
What if it is not to put the blame on the woman, even the guy.
What if you're
so what if the two of you had sex and then
the
pregnancy didn't happen? Will you proceed with the wedding? On that note, same time next week. It's bye bye for now.